Om Sri Sai Ram. Thank you, Swami, for this opportunity and allowing me to share my own experiences. Sai Ram, sisters and brothers, I'm Anandy Sureshwaran. When I was a child, we had Swami's picture in our prayer room as my mother was Swami's follower. She shared her experiences with us, but I wasn't very keen at that time. As time went on, she translated Swami's books written by devotees, and she would reveal incidents experienced by the other devotees. I would patiently listen to those incredible stories and respected Swami as my mom's guru. My parents were school teachers, and my mom repeatedly told us to acquire academic knowledge and skills and make sure we pass them on to others. She also said that once you obtain knowledge, you should be humble. I got married and moved to the UK in 1996. On the following day of my arrival in the UK, my husband took me to the Wimbledon Temple and Mandir. I felt something pleasant being in the Mandir and seeing Swami. So we started to make weekly visits, which then continued. That was the very first time I felt a direct connection with Swami. Then we brought our children to Merton Balavika's class. From here, I started to learn and develop a new routine from our kids by chanting Gayatri Mantra and bhajans in the morning and evening, along with my usual prayers. This supported me in handling my hectic office and housework schedules. One Sunday, when I was waiting for my kids to finish their Balavika's lesson, one of the senior Balavika's teachers approached me and said, "Why don't you join as a teaching assistant?" I silently looked at him because I had a big question in my mind of whether I had the knowledge to teach. But he understood my hesitation and he continued. He said, "We have a teacher training program in few weeks' time, so please join." I went home and told my husband, who encouraged me saying that if I was interested, then I should go to teacher training and see how I find it. Then I had a chat with my mom. While she was quietly listening, I noticed a smile on her face and her eyes went brighter, acknowledging that I should join. I went to the teacher training still with a big doubt in my mind as to whether I had the required knowledge and if I was the right individual. The team directed me to join the beginners group, and when I went to the classroom, I saw Swami's picture, which was decorated beautifully. I looked at Swami with the same question which I had in my mind for weeks. Then I looked at the classroom. The mentor for the session and one student were there. I was worried, but in a few minutes' time, the classroom was full, and among them, I saw the Balavika's teacher who directed me to the training program. I looked at Swami and said, "Oh great, what am I going to do?" While I was puzzled, someone entered the class to start the lesson. He asked who was the second person to join this group. The mentor pointed to me and requested me to come forward. I was very nervous, slowly got up and went. I was asked to light the lamp set in front of Swami, and I was so shocked. I lighted up the lamp and looked at Swami. His smile was telling me to have faith in me. I left the training course with a clear mind and joined the Balavikas as a teaching assistant. 1 year later, I became the nursery group teacher and remained there for years. We did Christmas plays and Ishwarama Day bhajans. I was extremely happy to be with the small kids, and I was always looking forward to the next class. At this time, I never considered going to see Swami because I felt like this mandir was my Prashanti Nilayam. In a dream, I saw Swami waiting outside the Merton Mandir. I brought him inside. He sat in front of his chair and smiled at me and said, "I'm here." I was so excited and satisfied to see Swami at the Mandir. Things were going smoothly. Then after a period of time, I started to face many challenges. Some of them were beyond my tolerance level, so I couldn't handle them. I became unhappy and very emotional. So I asked Swami, I'm here to help others, but why are you giving me pain which I can't cope with? Gradually, my complaint increased and Swami became my friend. I started calling him Sathya. Why this is happening? Why can't you stop? At this point, I wanted to see Sathya in person and explain how I felt. I got an opportunity to see him at Prashanti for a Christmas celebration with my kids. When I saw Swami, I started weeping and begged him to get rid of my sorrow. Once I finished my plead, I felt relieved and I started to enjoy the Christmas celebration. We had a great time. We felt very blessed. So we thanked him for the opportunity and came home. A few months later, in my dream, I saw Swami in the bhajan hall. At the point, I had the question, Sathya, will you be with me forever? I saw him coming towards me. He materialized a ring, brought it near me, and said, Sathya will be with you. So you don't need this ring, and he turned away. I was delighted to hear that he will always be with me. Nearly a month later, Swami departed his physical form. But for some reason, his departure didn't affect me. I only felt Sathya getting closer to me. I was fortunate to be part of SAI Mahima 6. The group of children I worked with were amazing and I made very joyful memories. At the same time, I faced great challenges and discomfort, so increased my prayers and continued to chant Gayatri. Despite of my extended prayers, I would mostly cry while praying, feeling a sense of drowning and losing my confidence. I thought to myself, something isn't right, but let's continue my prayers. After a long period of time, I realized that I had been constantly chanting Gayatri Mantra while at work, on my travel, even in my dreams, also waking up in the morning with Gayatri Mantra. This routine eventually shifted me away from my sadness, encouraging me to change my habit, and I stopped my nagging to Swami. I gradually tried to understand the reason for these tests and realized everything has happened to benefit me. I feel stronger, happier, and very focused on my work. I then started saying thank you to Swami during my prayers and while doing my work for all his love, the lessons he taught me, and his guidance. During another dream, Swami said, You are happy now. Will you be my taxi driver? I immediately said yes. He sat in the passenger seat and said, Let's go. At that moment, I paused and said, How can I sit next to you, Swami? And my dream ended. Whilst I wasn't 100% sure what that meant, I thought to myself, Have faith in Swami. He will take care of us. Jai Sai Ram.